Alisa.
This is Olivia.
We're back again.
I don't know how many times we've actually said that line.
We've disappeared, gone on hiatus. Is that the thing? Hiatus. Celebrities do that.
I've never heard of that word.
It happens. So today's intro books are kind of not our usual scene, but they're both school related. So I'm doing a sewing course and
I'm doing Hamlet for my English course, but I'm actually doing teaching. So that's a way to confuse people.
mine's nicer than hers. So since we live together now, we had to go through a process of moving books and other things in, and
more other things than books, if I'm being completely honest.
Our home is like 4 hours away from where we have to go for school, so we sadly could not bring a lot of books with us.
No.
So we kind of just have an odd selection of random books. We were sort of like, yeah, I'll take that with me.
Yeah,
Why
I
not?
pretty much just took books that I haven't read yet that I hope to read this year, and then when I go home I can like swap them out, so
Yeah.
like my own personal library.
Do you want to go first?
My selection is so random, like the genres are just so...
I think same.
Well, the first one is The Constant Princess, which Olivia has read, and I'm really keen to read it because we are excited for the Spanish TV show.
I think
Oh
it's
no,
the Spanish Princess.
Yeah. We're very excited about that. I hope it's
A
good.
little bit sad that the actress isn't actually Spanish.
Yeah.
There's probably many Spanish actresses who
Oh,
could have done it.
There definitely are so many.
Maybe it's easier to hire someone who's in the same country.
Maybe, but then you'd have that real authentic accent. Second book is called The Merchant's Daughter, and it is a retelling of Beauty and the Beast, and I just love Beauty and the Beast. I don't know, it's one of my favourite.
This is new.
I've had it for a while actually.
Where'd you get it?
Online.
Never seen it. I've never heard of it. Ever.
It's meant to be good, so that's a bit reflection. So yeah. So now the next two I think are kind of in a similar genre, but they're different languages. So yeah. So I brought The Three Musketeers, which I've had for ages, and I don't know, I really want to read it. It's like very small writing and it probably will take me a while to get through, but I hope that I read it this year because I've been meaning to for ages.
We went to the place where they filmed some of the Musketeers movie.
Oh, we did too!
The one with Orlando Bloom in it.
Random thing though it is that it was filmed in Germany, in Bamberg, but The Three Musketeers are in Paris. And the last book is a German book called Im Westen nichts Neues, which I'm not entirely sure what it's about. I think it's a bit historical, but they call it...
She's translating.
One of my many third cousins recommended it to me and actually got it for me for Christmas. So yeah, I'm excited to read it. It's meant to be good and it's what got him into history.
Okay. So, just like Alisa, mine are all very random. I purchased these in Germany. What was the bookshop called?
Booktubers.
Hugendubel. And they have an English section and I was like, hello. So she was like adventuring and I was like, I'll be just over here. So I got the complete novels and stories of Sherlock Holmes. It comes in two books because there's like lots of stories in
Like
it.
little short stories.
They're short stories. Yep, so they look like this. And I've separated them so each book is split. So yep, I got those.
I really want to read those two.
I've brought, you can borrow them because
We live together.
yes. I have read the first two in a different book, yes. I brought those because I want to finish them. And they also hadn't found a spot on my shelf. Next books that I brought, pretty much purely brought them here for their aesthetic beauty. So I brought the Hufflepuff editions of the Philosopher's Stone and the Chamber of Secrets, just because. They're cute. The next one I brought because I really like to collect vintage books, and this one is also useful. It's a vintage sewing book from 1928. It is called Dressmaking Made Easy, and if you are a sewer, you will know McCall patterns.
Even I know them, I'm not a sewer.
Yeah, McCall patterns. This is by McCall.
Oh, that's so cool.
A long time
I don't
ago.
think you've ever showed me
It says
this.
published by the McCall Company, and it has like this lady in the front, Laura Bolt, Assistant Professor of Household Arts at the Columbia University. So it's cute. And it's actually very helpful. It tells you how to do certain seams, and mostly all hand sewing, which is great. The other one, totally different, is The School of Good and Evil. I'm not going to say the last name of the author because I'll get it wrong, but it's this one. It's kind of like high school drama, but meets fairy tale.
Which just sounds awesome, honestly.
I like the emblem part, swans, because that's what the school logo is. The good students have the white swan and the bad students have the black swan. But I don't like how they've made it sort of look, would you say it's anime or manga or something?
Yeah, close to that,
Like
I'd
a
say.
comic book kind of style.
Yeah, I see what you
people.
mean, yeah.
Because it's not anything like that really. I brought that with me because I have gotten this far into the book and I would like to finish it, so I brought it with me because I haven't finished it yet.
So we have very different books. Oh, we have some similars, like we both got some fairy tales inspired and some classics.
Yeah.
So let's get into the actual tag questions for today.
Let's go. Today we're doing the guilty reader tag because we're feeling guilty about a few things actually. One, that we disappeared, and
2, that we're still in our pajamas and it's like the afternoon.
yeah,
3,
matching pajamas so. And 3,
that we are not doing our schoolwork right now for uni
procrastination.
at its finest.
Yes.
I guess that's what happens when you don't live at home anymore and your mum's not nagging you. How you doing work? Why are you just in bed?
Now that we live together, it's like a never-ending sleepover.
Great.
So we're together a lot, which means that filming videos will be easier.
We have some ideas,
Yeah.
which we're pretty excited about. We just actually have to get to it, so
And they will be not in the room all the time. We'll actually
No.
be going out into
Yes.
the world, the universe. Okay, let's begin the guilty reader tag. Question number 1. Have you ever re-gifted a book that you've been given?
I don't think I have. I think I've pretty much kept all my books. My stepdad always complains that half of the garage is just full of my books, which is a lie, but there are a fair amount of boxes of like kids' books.
Can't get rid of kids' books,
No,
even though you've read them.
yeah, I'm gonna keep them. They hold memories. How about you?
I think I did.
What book?
I don't know. I think it was like a kid's book that I got given by like a friend at a kid's birthday party that didn't really know me.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
that kind of thing. But
That's
I don't
fair.
know. Have you ever said you've read a book when you haven't? Not directly. Sometimes I say like, yeah, I'm reading that, but I haven't finished it. So I can't like entirely talk about it because it's not finished.
Yeah, I think I've probably done the same,
Like-
but
The 3rd book in Divergent, I never finished it.
oh, either.
But I just don't say I never finished it unless they ask me. Number 3? Yeah. Have you ever borrowed a book and not returned it?
No, I always return books. I'm pretty sure there's been like cases where people haven't returned my books, but then I'm like, excuse me, you have something that belongs to me. I'd like it back, please.
I don't think I have. I just feel bad because I'm a slow reader, and if someone lends it to me, I feel like bad because it takes a while to get it back. They get it back. Number 4, have you ever read a series out of order?
Well, unintentionally. See, there's the story here. My mum has like in the past, like birthdays, Christmases, has bought me books that are like the 3rd book in a series. So, and then I started reading it and I'm like, this makes no sense. Like, what is this author even doing? Like, what? And then I looked at like the back like on the inside, and like, oh, it's the third book. Better get the first two so I actually know what's happening.
I don't think I have. Not that I know of, or I've got it and then realised and then stopped.
Number 5.
Have you ever spoiled a book for someone?
I hope not,
I think you have.
I have?
For me,
Oh no, I'm sorry. What book was it?
I think it was Emerald Green. You kind of just told me about what happens with a relationship, whether or not they are together or not.
See, I can't even remember this. I feel so
And
bad.
I haven't read it. And there's no suspense now. I know whether or not they'll be together.
Yeah, but you don't know what happens. I never told you if they end up together, though.
Yes, you did.
Oops.
It's fine. Have I spoiled anything for you?
I actually can't remember. I feel like though people have spoiled things for me. Number 6.
Have you ever doggy-eared a book?
As a kid, I have to admit, I probably have. But now I yell at my family members if they do it. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. She's done it.
Sorry, not sorry. I would never do it with like a non-school,
Yeah.
honestly.
Yeah,
And if it's
true.
like if it's a textbook and has glossy pages, I don't like doing it.
No.
But like that's not.
Or like people do it to library books. And I'm like, it's not even your
It's
property.
not yours. Yeah.
You don't do that. Or like when you're doing it in a friend's books, like you don't.
How
you don't-
dare
you
you?
don't-
I have never done it in like favorite books. Number 7. Have you ever told someone you don't own a book when you actually do own it?
I have to think about that one.
I don't know why you would.
Yeah, it does
I don't get embarrassed about what I've read.
either.
Because like a lot of people would be like, oh my gosh, that was such a shitty book, or it gets overhyped, all that sort of thing. And I'm like, whatever, I have it, I liked it. Who cares?
Even if I didn't like it, I guess I'll still admit that I have
I'm not
it.
gonna hide my Twilight books.
Either.
Have you ever skipped a chapter or a section of a book?
She has. Do tell.
Literature. Year 11, we did do Android's Dream of Electric Sheep, and I couldn't get through it for some reason. So I half sort of read a couple, skipped a couple, listened to an audiobook of a couple, and it just whatever.
I think I've done this probably, not necessarily skip the pages in like school books, but
Skim it.
skimmed over it because I just couldn't be bothered. And in year 11 and 12, there was so many books we had to read. And we didn't even write about all of them. But that's another video. A rant about school books. And now uni books. For me anyway. Lucky last question.
Have you ever badmouthed a book you actually liked?
No. Not that I can remember.
Either. We made this tag so boring. We don't have any interesting
know.
stories. Like, oh yes, I once bitched about this book, but I actually love it. No.
Well, be proud of what you read. Don't let people like shame you on what you read. Be proud of it. Own up to it, honestly.
There's so many other things in life people shame things about, and don't let it be reading.
Especially nowadays. And that was it for today.
It's nice to be back again, and if you have read or liked any of the books that we brought with us,
Or if you have a guilty reading conscience.
just like put it in the comments. We won't judge.
See you soon.
Bye.
Bye.